friends. Bit of a windy one at the beach this morning, but looks like we might get a pretty sunrise, so we'll take it. Yeah, this morning I wanted to talk a little bit about timing. You know, we've started a new calendar year. Many of us have made resolutions or chosen words for the year, or made commitments to different and better, or just had a big hope that 2022 might yield something different and better than its predecessors. And you know, we flip that calendar and then we kind of go, okay, we're ready, everything be different now. And that's just not quite how it works, right? There's a great song by a guy named Trevor Hall, and it's called You Can't Rush Your Healing. I highly recommend it. But just sort of a soothing ballad about timing. It just takes time. All real healing takes time. And that can be hard, because often it feels like there's no progress being made, like nothing new is happening. And it's funny because my devotional reading this morning in the Jesus Calling, I recommend that, most of it's pretty good, talked about God's timing versus my timing. You know, we humans, we want things to happen efficiently and quickly and on our schedule and according to our will, but we're not the ones in charge. And I'm reminded of this story where Jesus finds out that one of his best friends has died. His best friends, you know, that he spent a lot of time with a guy named Lazarus. And Lazarus' sister comes running to Jesus and says, you know, Lazarus has died, you've got to do something, you know, or you're too late. Because, you know, Jesus took his time kind of getting to where Lazarus and Martha and Mary were, and you know, one of the sisters comes to him and says, you're too late, he's dead. And in that moment, Jesus weeps. But he also kind of knows something that the rest of us don't. And he goes to Lazarus's tomb. And they describe in the scripture the stink on him, on Lazarus. But Jesus calls him forth. You know, it's that when all hope seems lost, there's still a way. I'm reminded of a rather morbid experiment that I had heard about, where these scientists were testing how long it took rats to drown, and consistently it was 14-15 minutes. But right at the last moment, they decided to throw in a curveball, and they rescued one of the rats. And then they put it back in the water to see how much longer it would go, and the rat swam for hours. So it's amazing what a little bit of hope can do for us. Just the idea that we can trust the timing, that we can find more strength than we knew we had, that we can't rush our healing, but that doesn't mean it won't come. I think I've mentioned with these little devotionals in the morning a book I've been reading called When Things Fall Apart. It's by a Tibetan Buddhist nun, and she talks about this practice called Tonglen. And see, most of the time we try to run from the things that feel uncomfortable, but Tonglen says instead to breathe it in. On the inhale, take in your own worries. Maybe recognize how your worries are not unique to you, but that people all over the world are sharing similar worries. Or maybe it's, you know, concern for what a friend is going through, or a partner. Just breathe it in. And then when you breathe out sort of the antidote, the healing, the hope, the comfort, whatever it is that appears to be missing. You know, breathe in the loneliness and fear that many are feeling, and breathe out comfort, connection, hope. It's not magic. It's not a pill you take and the pain goes away. But there is a promise in there of healing, of hope, of new life, of what this new year might hold for us. And it's amazing how much a little bit of hope can do. And a little bit of trust. Might not be my timing. But, like many things, when we look back, we see that the timing was just what it should have been. That all the things that have happened have played into a story unfolding. So even if you feel like the stink of death is already lingering, don't give up hope. The timing will come together. The plan will come together. Scripture tells us that all things work together for our good. So go ahead and breathe in. Be not afraid. Breathe out hope and healing and love and kindness into the world. Hope you have and are having a blessed 2022, and that you'll continue to have some faith and hope and trust, even if it feels kind of quiet behind the things that are worrying. I hope you'll find some time to enjoy sunrises and beach walks or forest walks or mountain walks. That you'll take time to notice some of the little things that I often feel like are sort of God beckoning to us and sending love. Grace and peace, friends. Be well.